This screencast is going to show you how to complete number task 4 for this lesson in regards to creating two visual layout designs that express two meaningful and powerful visual designs using the images and the information you have researched and found about two different colors using typography, shapes, images, and keeping the actual name off of it. So for instance, I'm going to do the example of the color red. I can express the color red, put any kind of text I want. I just cannot use the letter red. Use the word red in my design. I can use images. I could use the meaning of it, so on and so forth. So for starters, I'm just going to recap again how to create a vector graphic. I'm going to get my image. I'm going to bring it into Illustrator. Okay, I'm going to click on it with the black arrow tool. Move my arrow this way so you can see it. Black arrow tool. I'm going to go to Object, Live Trace, Tracing Options. I'm going to hit Preview. I need to change my mode to color, and my max colors, I'm going to bump it up because my right now is bland, very dull colors. I'm going to bump it up to make that fire truck look a little bit more reds. I'm going to hit Trace, and right now it is not a vector graphic yet. There's two processes. I have to make sure it's selected again, and I have to go to Object, Live Trace, and hit Expand, and now it is expanded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the other pieces that I'm using, because red means danger, red can mean violence, red can mean love. I'm going to pop up a couple of roses that I already previously photoshopped these images already. Again, Object, Live Trace, Tracing Options. I'm going to go a little bit fast here to get this finished so you guys can start your own work. That actually looks kind of nice. Actually, I actually like that with very less colors, with less colors. I'm gonna hit Trace, Object again, Live Trace, Expand. Number 2 is done. I actually brought in some blood because red could mean a bunch of different things. I'm going to shrink this, holding down Shift because it's so big. Okay. Object again, Live Trace, Tracing Options, Preview. I want to make this in color. I'm going to bump this up a little bit. Actually, it's probably not going to do much because it's all fairly one color, so it's not going to... I'm going to bring it all the way down to... That's fine for right now. Hit Trace. I'm going to go back up. Object, Live Trace, Expand. So that's 3 images, and I actually have a background of anger that I actually found, which I really liked. Make this image pop. Hold down Shift again, smaller. Right now, I'm just bringing in images that I thought work well with the color red and the meaning and symbolism of it. So I did a little bit of Photoshop work, not much. I'm going to rely on my vectorization to help me out. I'm actually going to leave it right on 6. It looks good. And I think I brought in one more image. Lastly, I brought in a little bit of hearts to show love. Object, Live Trace, Tracing Options, Preview, Color, and bump it up a little bit. I actually like when I had a couple. That looks good right there. Okay, I'm just using these for background pieces. So now I need to actually open up my actual document, which is File, New, and this file, I'm going to call this one red because this is my red design. The inches should be width. I don't care if it's width or height 10. Just make sure it's 8 by 10 overall. Either way is fine. Make sure it's in inches. Good, good, good. Okay, now I'm going to start to drag these pieces over. I'm just going to delete this fire truck. Give me some more space. Don't need that. I'm going to click on this one. Get my roses in here. I'm going to then click on my blood that I have. I'm going to click on my anger, drop them all in here. And some of the images are being covered up because there's a white background behind it. We're going to fix that right now. So what I want to do is drag all my pieces over here. I'm going to X out of these so I stay a little bit organized so I don't have all these tabs open. Save, last one here, X out of it. Don't save. Okay, so I think I'm pretty good now over here. It's over. Okay, so now I'm going to move this stuff around a little bit. I actually wanted the blood on the upper top here. Let's move everything to the side so I can see what's going on. And I'm going to use my white arrow tool to delete the white. That's your indirect selection tool. I mean, sorry, that is your direct selection tool, my mistake. And then I just deleted that white there, hit delete. And same thing for hair. I'm going to get my direct selection tool, click on the white, delete those pieces. Same thing on the fire truck, and these two are already good. So I noticed that my roses are cut off on the left-hand side, so I'm not going to shove them exactly to the, so it's justified to the left. My fire truck is also in that same situation, so I might just actually come over the top and go over those roses. And I'm going to bring it to the front. Object arrange, bring to front. Now it's in front of those roses, and I want the blood to actually be on top of everything. Arrange, bring to front. Object arrange, sorry. And now with these faces that I really liked, I'm actually going to bring all these faces to the back. Object arrange, send to back, and I'm just going to minimize this piece here so we can see my overall layout. My blood is going to be flushed to justified up top. I'm going to expand this so it covers my whole piece. And right now I have a lot of red, which is good because we're expressing the word red, color red. So I'm just going to start bringing things down. I'm going to start seeing what looks good and where and why. And I think for this piece here, well, I actually never vectorized this, did I? Let me vectorize these pieces. I think I vectorized. I just forgot to go back and hit expand. Now that one's expanded, and this one as well. Object, I already traced them. I just have to expand them. Okay, so now if I wanted to, I could use my direct selection tool, and I could start to take out and delete some of these extra pieces. And what that's going to do, it's going to allow me to put it on top of here and to still see through to the next piece. So it doesn't get, I don't like how these hard edges are up here. So I'm just gonna come right in here, maybe delete some of these hard edges. You can click in there. Right now I'm just really being a designer, just trying to incorporate this angry face into the hearts coming out of his mouth. That's why I placed that there. I'm still showing love. I'm going to take some of this white out just from a design standpoint. I might even come in here and just delete some of these little pieces so I can see through to the background that we're using. And my edge is right here, so what I'm going to do is grab my shape tool. I'm just going to come over to the sides. I'm going to make that white just for viewing purposes right now. I think it's right there. And this is just going to show my actual document, what it's going to look like when it's actually printed. I think that should be, yes, that's exactly on the bottom. So I like that black line in the bottom. So I have my design here almost finished. I'll make this a little bit bigger, make it a little more prominent. And now lastly, what I'm going to do is grab my type tool and strictly type a few words that the red means. Maybe I'm going to type love for starters. And I'm going to change the typography. I'm going to blow this up. If I want it bigger than 72, I could just type in here, hit enter. And I don't like this typography, so I'm actually going to open up my window type character, and I could open up and see actual type examples here. I think I might want to go with something, let's see, it's not very legible. Something that's script, perfect. That actually works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw that on top somewhere. I'm going to throw a couple other words, and it's not very visible, so I actually might maybe make it white, and because I have some whites in here anyway. So that's one word. I may actually do another word that expresses danger. So that, oh, I don't want that. So I make another one, danger. And I'm actually, instead of having this font, I'm going to change it to bold because danger is kind of bold. Maybe something a little bit scarier font that I can find. That actually might work for right now. I'm going to make it red. Maybe I'm going to put a black outline behind it. And I'm going to make that stroke of it a little bit bigger so it stands out. I might even change the spacing between the letters. 25 actually, 10. There you go. And I'm actually going to make this actually even bigger, 150. That looks good there. I'm actually going to have the D come off the edge. And I'm just going to click on the white piece, arrange, bring to front so it covers it over good. And then I'm going with the last one, just for haha, just put anger. I know I could put violence and other things in there, but this is just supposed to be an example for you. I'm actually going to make this one. Oh, I like this font. I like the size of it. I'm actually going to leave it black, and I'm going to give it a white outline. If I click on here, it makes a white and black. Swap it over. Make my stroke a little bit bigger. Don't make it too big. I don't want. Okay. And for this one, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to type. I'm going to create outlines for this text, and I know you guys have previous on this, so now it gives me an idea to actually be able to make turn things, and I'm making it bigger by holding down Option and Shift at the same time. I'm going to have the R come off it. I don't want to block his face. I like the face in there, though. Maybe I might have to make it a little bit smaller. I want to make sure that R is still legible. And then I'm going to click on the white, Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. And I think my design, I think I've captured what actually the word in the letter, the word red means from a color theory standpoint. If someone look at this poster, they'd be able to see that there's love, anger, and danger through blood, fire trucks, roses, angry, two people down here kissing, holding each other, and the hearts. So here's my finalized design. The only thing I could do to enhance this would be probably to move some of this text over and to angle it like we did the anger here. But other than that, this would be classified as an A work. From a design standpoint, using a color to showcase in the color design. Thanks.